WUSA 9 Weather Impact is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
Good Monday morning. I'm meteorologist Joe Spear. Still dealing with a little bit of wet weather that was left over from the weekend. Again, Sunday kind of left us with a little bit more of a mess outside, so we still got a few showers working across the area. But the good news is that as we go throughout today, each hour is trying to get drier and drier, but we're still in store for a fairly unsettled pattern as we go throughout the next couple of days. So this is just going to be a wet week in general. As far as how things are looking, especially since we started shaping up towards the end of Sunday, a lot of showers, a lot of storms settled into the area. Thankfully, there was nothing too severe that worked through, but again, it doesn't really take severe storms to bring in a ton of wet weather. So we are dealing with a lot of moisture here as we head into the next couple of days. The overall setup is still carrying most of the eastern seaboard with a decent amount of moisture, so we've still got some showers to get through as we head throughout the course of this morning. As far as how things have been working through for the early morning hours of Monday, just a little bit of light rain here and there, but overall most things are still going to be wet heading out for the beginning of today, so really not going to be able to escape those impacts just quite yet. It's pretty warm out there. Most of us are a solid degree of the 70s, 75 in D.C. at this early morning hour of 4 a.m. on Monday, 77 over in Andrews, 73 over in Manassas. So again, you're dealing with some moisture, you're dealing with some mild weather, so it's going to feel a little bit more uncomfortable as you're heading out this morning. Still got some showers to get through as we head throughout the beginning of today. But overall, again, each hour is trying to look better and better. So some sunshine tries to work in towards the afternoon and evening. Humidity is going to be pushing us back into the low 90s for that feels like number. The actual thermometer is going to show you mid to upper 80s outside. So getting ready or getting rid of the best chance of rain as we go throughout this morning. But even into the afternoon and evening, while skies will be a little bit drier, there's still a spotty shower, 1 or 2 rumbles of thunder trying to work through. But we work past those even as we go later into tonight, just in time for tomorrow. Tuesday is Virginia's primary election day. You're looking at mostly dry weather. It's still going to be a little bit muggy out there as temperatures work their way into the mid to low 80s. Looking at more sunshine trying to fill in, and then just in time for the polls to close, about 2-3 hours for those final hours of voting. I'd watch out for a couple of light raindrops. It's not going to be anything too heavy, but again, could ruin how you try to plan out your voting heading into tomorrow. Wednesday gets another buildup in the rain chances yet again, and then we're basically stuck with some unsettled to on and off chances for Thursday, Friday, and unfortunately carrying into the weekend as well. So there will be more wet weather to dodge as we head towards the end of this week. Decent rain totals still trying to pack up again. Not all of this falling at once, but at least to carry us all into the next 7 days. A lot of us are going to try to pick up at least an inch of rain. Some of us will try to get a little bit higher, but that's great news because checking in with the drought, while we are still looking at some impacts out there, it is certainly not as bad as how the beginning of this summer was starting off. Most of the severe drought around the DMV have started to cut out. Even the extreme drought is starting to settle a little bit. So just trying to keep this trend going for a little bit longer, and we likely will, at least for this first chunk of August. Very decent chance that we can keep things wetter than normal for this time of year. This week is certainly lining up with that. Temperatures for the first couple days of this week in the upper 80s. Again, humidity is going to make it feel a little warmer. If you want to look out for one of the driest days of the week, it's Tuesday, and again, it still gets a couple raindrops towards the end of the day. Wednesday gets another buildup, and then towards the end of this week, as numbers work their way into the low 90s, starting to factor in some higher chances of a couple rumbles of thunder. Still looking at some wet and stormy weather as we head into the weekend, so classic summer weather holding tight as we head into the next 7 days.